Now there's no pretending. I love handbags. It was my inspiration for setting up this channel in the first place. Hi everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Sorry for anyone that's happened to notice, my schedule has been a little bit all over the place. I've just been busy, I've been selling my car, I've been busy working, I've been a bit out of sorts, so yeah, filming, haven't quite been on it, but I'm, as you know by now, I'm starting to get more relaxed about that. Anyway, today's video is a little bit different for me, but so someone who, you know, I would call a friend, someone who I went to Paris with, someone who has a fabulous, successful YouTube channel is Amelia from Amelia Rose's Closet, and she said she didn't mind if I filmed this because basically what happens quite a lot is I watch a video by Amelia and I get inspired. I kind of watch it and go, I've got something to say about that. And I've got more to say than I want to put in a little comments box. I often do put a little comment, but because, well, that does help people's channels as well if you put a comment, hint hint. Also if you subscribe, not subtle hint. I'm genuinely in life about as subtle as a sledgehammer. You know what to do. So anyway, she did a video talking about the pressure to keep up with buying luxury handbags. And I found it quite thought-provoking. I had a number of views myself, so I'm filming this in response to her video, basically giving my take on it, giving my 2p worth for whatever that is worth. I split it to a number of categories. I have made notes in my lovely little Louis Vuitton agenda with the fabulous inserts from VANTAGE agendas. So look at that. Look at the rose gold, look how it goes with the rose gold Mont Blanc pen. Beautiful paper, that was my page, but beautiful paper, and yeah, I'll put a link in the description box below, so head to VANTAGE agendas, wider range than LV agenda covers as well. She does inserts for, so yeah, well done Emma, fantastic product. So, the categories I've got this in. So firstly, one of the things that Amelia asks is, you know, is there a pressure from yourself, from others, from social media, or from having a YouTube channel? And I particularly have something to say about that from someone that has a YouTube channel, small and crappy as it is. So, and that comes into it as well in terms of wanting to be less crappy and less small. So firstly, let's talk about the category of yourself. Now there's no pretending. I love handbags. It was my inspiration for setting up this channel in the first place. So there's no getting away from that. But for me, I think when I shop, especially as, you know, I'm not one of those people that just has endless money. I do have to, you know, work hard, save, compromise on other things, sometimes sell to help fund or ease the guilt afterwards. So, you know, for me, buying a bag is a big thing. Each and every handbag is a big thing. Now, obviously, it's bigger the more expensive it is, because you're making more, you know, of an investment, and for me, more of a sacrifice to be able to afford that. So, my prompt isn't normally, I want a bag, what can I buy? Or I want to keep up, or I want to do an unboxing. Or for me, the pressure from myself is normally I see a bag I want and I want that. If I don't see that magical bag that makes me go, oh, I want that, there is zero pressure. I also know myself, I know what I'm like. If I see a bag and go, I want that, and I can't have it, I don't forget. I mean, months and months ago, I saw this most beautiful Birkin 35 in Gris Tourterelle Clemence leather at a very, very reasonable price, less than retail, and I love Gris Tourterelle. And I use my Birkin 35 that I've got loads, and I was like, I love it. I couldn't afford it. I didn't have the money, so I didn't buy it. But I still think about that bag. If I ever find another one, I have the money, then I'm there. But another recent example, you'll be sick of hearing about this bloody one, is this. And I absolutely adore this Hermes 2424 in size 35 in the Fauve Bohemia Faubourg leather with the contrast stitching and the palladium hardware. Beautiful. I saw this and I wanted it. I didn't think, oh, I want to buy a handbag, what can I find? No, I wouldn't have gone through, and check out my other videos, I wouldn't have gone through the stress of trying to buy this if it wasn't unadulterated love. Love you. So that's my take in terms of myself. That's my motivations. It's just an individual item love. At the moment, do I have a wish list? Absolutely. And I try and navigate that as best I can, depending on ease of buying items. So, you know, fear of missing out does feature in my buying. It does. There's no getting away from that, because quite often, as for the Green Tortoise Birkin example, sometimes it is buy it now or don't buy it. In terms of this one, and the reason I went through what I went through to try and get hold of this and had to pay extra for it after I'd already bought the damn thing, was I couldn't find another one out there. I couldn't get it out of my head. A lot of people on this channel, and I completely get where you're coming from and appreciate it in terms of people that said to me, let it go, it's not meant to be. I completely get where you were coming from. I couldn't do that. I wanted to, but till I'd reached the end of the journey, the absolute, no, I can't get this bag point, there was no letting go of it for me. Despite me knowing rationally that was a sensible thing to do and the thing to do that was better for me. I know that. I know it was better for me to have let it go and given up. Unfortunately, I don't always do what's best for me. I chase the dream. And, you know, like I say, I managed to get it and I don't regret it. I don't, to this day, there's no regrets. I can't say there will never be regrets, but to this day there's no regrets. I'm still happy I got the bag, I've used her, and yeah, I'll do more as well on the, there's not much on 2424, I will do more in future videos. Anyway, so that was that. Social media. I do not feel a pressure from social media to buy. I don't feel a pressure. That's not to say I'm not influenced. Tamara, you know, saw her with the obviously gifted Louis Vuitton khaki custom MM when it first came out, and that was like the only size it came in. I wanted that bag, I requested that bag, I waited for it, I was one of the first people to get it, and to this day I think it's beautiful. I'm actually thinking of selling it because I just don't reach for her, and part of my justification, I did say to myself only, if I got this, I would sell the custom to ease my guilt of the unplanned purchase of that. So yeah, I wouldn't say I feel a pressure, but that doesn't say I'm not influenced, because again, coming back to that love of handbags and seeing the pretty things and wanting the pretty things, for me it's not a pressure from a keeping up perspective. I think particularly when you're more mature, you learn to live with yourself a lot more. You become a lot more comfortable in what and who you are. Not to say that people that are younger haven't at all, but if I just go by my own standards, I was a lot more insecure when I was younger. I think you just learn to not really give a damn and just do what you want. So it's why I think, even since I've had this channel, you know, I think some of the trolling used to upset me. Negative comments now, it's water for duck's back. I'm like, whatever, it's, you know, down to the person that's put it. I never edit my comments, by the way, either. So if you say something nasty to me, it stays there. Because as far as I'm concerned, you want people to see that that's what you've put, then great, do it. I don't care. It's more reflection on you than me. So that's my general approach. So in terms of that, I'd say I'm not influenced. I am influenced, but I'm not pressured. Now, some of the things that Amelia talks about in her video is the LV animations, and I'm just going to say I agree with Amelia. I often do agree with Amelia on most things. I love Viv too. I love the city prints, and I have bought a couple of animations items, but I've only given in if I really like it. And there is one that I wish I'd given in on that I didn't. I was being sensible, and that was the London city one with the little corgis and that. And I've even seen them come up pre-loved, but in new condition and passed because they're at a price point now, and I'm like, I don't need a mini pochette, for example, but I love the mini pochette, but I don't need another one. But I do with the Paris city print, which I absolutely adore, and I'm really glad I got that. So I thought I'd cover off that. One of the other examples that Amelia talks about is the Louis Vuitton Go 14, and I also watched Steph from Handbagholics video, and I was absolutely blown away by the beauty of that bag. Like I say, it's a bit of a Marmite bag. I absolutely love the look of it. I think for me, the only one I would want with the same one as Steph from a looks perspective. However, when I watched her video, one, I didn't like the price, but two, I didn't like the functionality. For me, and I say this from being a short person as well, I found the size to be quite large for the capacity. I found the functionality wasn't for me. I mean, I've always loved the twist lock. I find that really clever. But yeah, so I'm kind of with Amelia that I don't want it, but probably slightly different reasons. But I can say I watched that, and was I influenced? No. Yes, I thought it was beautiful, but I have absolutely no temptation to buy that bag. I don't care that it's the latest it bag. For me, it's not going to prove its worth, and it's not going to beat off the competition in my handbag cupboard. So it's a thank you, but no thank you from me, but I do think it's stunning. I'm also completely with Amelia on buying and selling. I hate selling. One, I'm crap at letting go. Sometimes, hence the whole medium lady duo debacle. It took me 2 years to decide to sell a bag I didn't use. 2 years. And I shared with you some of that journey, not all of it. There's a lot of thinking. And it was quite interesting as well, some of the points that Amelia raised around having a YouTube channel. So, do I feel the pressure because of having a YouTube channel to keep up with the Joneses, to always have the latest thing? I'm going to say no. And there's a number of reasons for that. But there was a caveat which I'll come on to at the end. No, because I think I've been doing this channel long enough. I've been doing this channel fairly unsuccessfully for long enough to kind of not to care too much. I've made some attempts to try and improve, to try and grow quicker organically. I've never paid for subscribers or something like that, because what's the point? They'll just leave, and then I've just spent money that I could spend on luxury goods. So it doesn't fit in with my frugal lifestyle apart from anything else, and just morally I don't really think it's something for me. So I don't feel the need to try and make this channel popular, and I think another way of demonstrating that is when I do beauty videos is I know they're completely unpopular, but quite often I go, you know what, I've got this product here, and for the few of you that may see it and go, oh, I hadn't considered that product before, it's really great, then why not, I will share it. This is another example. I bought this. Now, I did not buy this to promote my channel. The 2424 is not a popular bag, that's why I got it for less than retail. It's not a mini bag, it's a size 35. It's not popular. So the caveat though is I have fallen into the trap of considering, will that be good for my channel? So one example of that is the Nano Speedy. Now, I didn't buy the Nano Speedy for the channel. I bought the Nano Speedy because I wanted the Nano Speedy. I still own it, I still use it, and I still love it. But I did want to try and get it. I did want to be one of the first. Once I've made the decision to have it, I then wanted to be one of the first to have it, partly because I'm naturally impatient, and partly because I did think it would help with the channel. I did think, yeah, you know what, that might get some good views, and it did. Popular new hot Louis Vuitton items are good for YouTube channels in this space generally, more so than Hermes. Unboxings are also very popular, but I do not have the funds to continually unbox, and then again, it's not my motivation. One thing that I do differ on Amelia is that she'll buy something and then she said that she can leave it there. I'm the opposite. I'm literally, sometimes I'm filming when I wouldn't naturally film because I want to unbox it, because I want to unbox it for me, but I want to share it with you at the same time. I'm just completely impatient. I buy a new thing, I'm like, new thing, I want to see the new thing. I mean, I'm that person that I will like sometimes like open boxes from the front door on the way to the kitchen. I can't even wait till I'm in the room. I'm like, rip it en route. So yeah, so it's not so much for the channel, but it's for me. I think as well, I don't have to worry too much about spacing out unboxings because I don't buy a vulgar amount. Again, I'm not in that price bracket to be able to. So yeah, that's where I am there. So yeah, so I have fallen into the trap of thinking about it, not shopping for the channel, not buying for channel traffic, but I do think, oh, if that item I want anyway I can get sooner, it may help. As well as the nanophilia, I'd say I also slightly fell into the FOMO space for this. Now this is the Monogram limited edition collection, and I absolutely wanted something from this. I'd already really loved the previous denim collection when Amelia first showed her in the loop bag with the like black to grey to white faded denim. I loved that, but didn't like the fact that it was untreated, and I was just had visions of red wine being spilt on it, even though I don't even drink red wine. So this nice coated durable canvas, I wanted a part of this. Now at the same time, I wouldn't have bought something for the sake of it, but I did definitely want something, and I did want it sooner rather than later. I didn't want to miss out on this navy gorgeousness that is included here. So yeah, I thought it was worth sharing that as well. Now there was something I wanted to talk about which Amelia didn't cover off in her video, and that was around the luxury boutique world. So an extra category is there pressure from the luxury boutiques to buy? And that's quite interesting, and pressure can come in different ways. Now, typically with my essay in Hermes, I mean, sometimes he even says to me, look, go away Joe, think about it, don't buy it. He even sometimes said to me, don't buy it, and I'm like, I want it, I'll buy it. So I don't feel pressure to buy when I'm in the store. And I've never been encouraged to. I have heard stories of some essays saying, buy this and I'll give you that. I have never experienced that at all, but I have heard it from a friend of mine, but I have never had that. However, I do feel, and again with getting, say, quota bags, you know, in UK, and I'm talking about the London stores, there is the wishlist system. I've been particularly unsuccessful on the wishlist system. You know, it isn't a buy to get system. That said, I do feel some pressure that I should go in and keep my face fresh, but at the same time I don't want to go in for the sake of it and not actually buy anything. Now typically with my store that I go in the most frequently because it's close to work is they haven't got anything anyway that I want to buy. I might go in and go, have you got this? No. Have you got that? No. Have you got that? No. So I don't buy anything because I haven't got what I want, and I don't buy stuff I don't want. So that's that. But I think there's another pressure as well. Is to stay in the club, to stay in that boutique club. And one of the examples I'd say would be Dior. You know, it's a very lovely shopping experience. It's a very friendly feel. They do have a not a loyalty program that gets you points, but they do have like levels of consumer importance, if you like. I'm not quite sure what you call it. I've been deactivated, so I'm still there. I am still there on the system, but I haven't bought enough, and I've bought so little and then not for a while that I've completely fallen off the shelf. But part of being there and buying, and if you're really part of that club and you're buying frequently and you're buying the right things, you're buying jewellery, you're buying ready to wear, is that you get the invitations to the events, that you're really felt to be a part of that jewel family. Even without and with zero experience, you'll still get a nice shopping experience. Don't misinterpret that. But you're not going to get these certain invitations that the VIPs get. And you know what? I think it's fine. I think it's fair. But there is sometimes when you go, you're like, I want to be part of that club. I want to get the invites. So there is a certain pressure, I think, that you can feel from the boutique. Now, I've never fallen into that. And again, that comes down to, would I if I had more money? Maybe I would want to be part of that. I do love jewellery and jewel ready to wear anyway, so if I had more money I probably would be. But I thought it was just covering off that sometimes there can be that pressure, with Chanel to spend enough to be able to get the bag that you want. There is, I think, sometimes that pressure from boutique to be enough of a part of the club to be able to then buy the items that you really want that are sought after, do you remember the frenzy over the Chanel heart bag? Again, I wasn't crazy on it, so I was alright. I missed out on that and was quite happily missing out on that. Liked them from afar, liked them with other people, but wasn't bowled over enough to want to make that investment myself. So anyway, those are my thoughts. Obviously would love it if you subscribe, check out Vantage Agendas, and I will see you soon for another video. Take care. Bye bye.